I'm giving Steph a side eye, given the fact that she said her ex cheated, so she's got a thing about people cheating, and then she has the audacity to keep that secret. And what's with the name Kara? Why are these Karas being such a headache? Please make it make sense. Both of them, none of them is sort of enjoyable to watch. They're always moaning and groaning about something. But anyway, I digress. Hey there, thanks for stopping by. It's your girl Valerie. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. Click the like button, turn on the notification bell for when I upload new videos, and definitely leave a comment. In this episode, I'll be reviewing Married at First Sight New Zealand, Season 4, Episode 10. This CJ and Jess storyline is now making me so miserable. Can it stop, please? Can it stop? Make it stop. I think, as I said in my previous review, I think Jess saw someone he knows. He wanted to avoid that person, so said, let's go and get a toothbrush. Instead of owning up to his wife, CJ, and telling her why he had asked him to leave, he just carried on with the lie. Whether it was an ex-girlfriend, whether it was a current girlfriend, whatever it is, he should have told her. They wouldn't be in this situation, because now it seems that everyone is just trying to one up the other person. They slept in separate places, obviously, because they were still upset from the commitment ceremony. And then from there, they then woke up, and you have CJ complaining that, oh, he said he wanted to stay, but he hasn't sent me a message. Why is he not sending me a message? I think he's not here for the right reasons. And it's like, if you want to know where he stands, you can also ask him a question. It's not just a one-way street. If you're aggrieved and if you want to know why he chose to stay and is not communicating with you, send him a message. Ask him, why are we still here if you don't want to talk to me? Simple. That's it. They then have you have this conversation between Kara and Michael, and Kara is still crying. Oh, he's got a big personality. Oh, I feel drowned. I feel. Well, leave. Why did you write stay then? Why did you write stay? I think she's over exaggerating it. I think Michael must have told her that his previous partners complained that he's such a loud personality that she's now using that as an excuse. She doesn't like this guy, and instead of telling us that she doesn't like him, she's found something to hang her hat on. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get the crying. I don't get, oh, he's very positive. So if he was very negative, you'd complain that he's very negative. He's very positive. You don't like that he's very positive. Make it make sense. What is it that you like about this man? Because every single thing you're criticizing, we are yet to hear anything positive. You said he was there to promote his business. You said he's got a big personality. You said he's too positive. What else is there about him that you like? If not, write a leave and leave. It's okay. The couples then received a text message to say, it's partner swap. And it's interesting how they swapped Jesse and CJ with James and Sam. That was a straightforward swap. I think because they spent some time together and because they're the most positive couple at the moment, this is why they decided to give them the most dysfunctional couple. And it was interesting to see how James and Sam were able to navigate that, because Samantha was very cool in how she sort of brought up the fact that, he needs to communicate with his partner. And when he said he's made a mess and it seems if he keeps going with his painting, it's going to get worse. And she told him the same could be said about your marriage. And so it's about it's about CJ and Jesse sort of asking each other, do you still want to make this thing work or not? If not, let's go home. If yes, let's keep going. I think he's upset at the fact that she talks about his age and sort of talks down to him because of his age. And I think he's upset because, she's upset because of the toothbrush situation, and because he wasn't honest with that, that's what she's holding on to. So the experts need to sit down with him and sort of address those two things, and I think they'll be able to find a way forward. It was cute to see James try his best to sort of make her laugh. And I think her laughing, some of it was over-exaggerated. I'm sorry. It wasn't genuine. Some of it was over-exaggerated just to prove a point that I am having an amazing time with this person. No, my partner is not making me have the same, sort of experience. That's the impression that I got. It didn't come across as genuine. There's something about CJ that's a bit off. She gives me the same sort of vibes as the other Kara. So I don't know. Maybe if we see them a bit longer, it's going to come out. But something about those two girls is a bit off. I think they're used to being in control. And so the idea that they suddenly have these guys that sort of, or maybe they're used to being the more sort of, I don't want to say more affluent. I think maybe it's because they're used to being the one who's got their crap together in a relationship. So the idea that they've met these guys that actually have their crap together, I don't think sits well with them. And I think this is why they're trying to pick apart these guys and sort of find fault, because they can't understand why there's no fault with these guys. Well, that's the impression that I get, because there's no other excuse for why they're finding faults in these guys. Yes, Jesse's, the way he talks to his partner when he's upset is a bit off. Yes, Michael can be a bit too much, but still, the way they're making it seem like it's the end of the world. The producers are messy. I'm going to say that the producers and the experts are messy, because with James and Sam and CJ and Jess, they had, Sam go for a painting class with Jesse and just talk, and then they had the other couple make tiramisu. And so the audacity to then take the two couples that are sort of tethering on the edge and try and just throw a dynamite in there doesn't make sense, because they had Kara and Piripi do a sexy photo shoot. It wasn't as bad, but at the same time, someone's partner might feel some type of way about somebody else seeing their partner naked. So yeah, there is that. But I think that was way better than the yoga poses that they had with Steph and Michael. That's going to set people up. And it seems like Steph might have some sort of feelings for Michael, and it's like, seriously, when did you develop these feelings? I thought you were with Kara when she was sort of criticizing him and saying he's not here for the right reasons. So when did we go from that to you suddenly liking him because of the fact, oh, he's a deep thinker, his communication style is way better, that's what I like, it's different, Piri is not yet there. And it's like, oh my God, don't fall in love with somebody else's partner. I'm grateful that it's just a date for a couple of hours, because seriously, if she had to spend a week with him, she'd come out of there remarried and, ready to start her life and start having children, because of the way she was so giddy and smiley around him. I don't know how Piripi is going to feel seeing that that's what they were doing with Michael. I don't think he'll take it as badly as I think Kara will take it. I think Kara will start talking about, oh, my confidence, oh, my this, that, and the other. That's the impression I get. So you have the couples come back from their dates and sort of tell their partners of what happened on the dates. As with Kara, she was nervous about Michael's reactions in regards to her sexy pictures, and he took it lightly. He was very positive and gave very constructive feedback about it, which made her relax. I don't know what she expected him to do, since she said he's always positive about everything. I don't think he was ever going to say anything negative. And then when it was Michael's turn, he told her about the sexy yoga and that they had KFC. He demonstrated with her the poses that they had done, which was amazing, that he didn't hide anything. And I hope she gives him credit for that. Whereas with Steph, I feel some type of way. Piripi was worried that if she saw the pictures, then she might think he's still very immature and is not behaving in a mature way. So when she took it lightly, because his poses were more sexy goofy, they weren't sexy. So I think she enjoyed the fact that he wasn't trying to sort of lay thick and sort of impress Kara with whatever he was doing, and that allowed him to sort of ease off. But then when it came to Steph, she was very vague in discussing what they did. She just sort of brushed over the fact that they had done some yoga. She didn't demonstrate the yoga poses. Even the producers had to ask her that, why weren't you very sort of precise in regards what happened? And she said, well, they were very sexy poses that someone might feel some type of way about, but we were able to make it sort of lighthearted. And it's like, well, if it was the case, why not then tell your spouse that this is what happened? Why then keep it secret and wait for him to find out from somebody else? Because definitely Mafs is going to show it to him, or is going to let someone know that this is exactly what happened. Why not just be honest and tell him that, okay, well, you were on our date, this and this is what we did. Then he can make his own sort of decision on how he feels about it without other people sort of encouraging him to feel some type of way. I don't like that. I think it's going to come back and haunt her, and it's sad that she's decided to hide it. I also feel like Steph has developed some sort of romantic feelings for Michael. I didn't like the fact that, yeah, you can say, we think alike, we speak alike, we process stuff the same, but still knowing that Piripi is struggling is not a good idea. He's trying his best to be as mature as he thinks she wants him to be. And so for her to not sort of take that into consideration in her remarks in regards to her communication style with Michael, I don't know, because he was saying, I don't understand what she means that he's a deep thinker like me. We speak the same, we understand each other. I try my best. And so I hope she's able to sort of, one, be honest about the yoga poses, and two, sort of be honest about the type of conversations that she wants, because it seems Piripi is doing all the giving and she is just taking and taking and taking, and we've barely heard anything from her or anything about her. So you have the experts meet up with CJ and Jesse. And at times on Married at First Sight, when you see someone and they say, I've been single, I'm not successful with relationships, blah, 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 all you need to do is watch the show and you'll see why that person has been single. Because I don't get where CJ is coming from. Even if she were with someone who's 10 years older than her, if she behaves in that relationship the way she's behaving at the moment, they'll struggle. And I'm not saying that Jess is right. Jess is wrong for calling a loopy. Jess is wrong for saying he's going to get a toothbrush, which he didn't use. But the thing is, I think CJ is used to being the one who's in control. One, I think she's used to being the one who's correct or who's told that you're right all the time. And so the idea that someone in a relationship with her is questioning her choices, questioning her decisions, questioning what she said, is the reason why they are where they are, because they were asked to face each other and have a conversation. When it was her turn, Jessie sat there and listened and didn't interrupt her once. And yet when the tables were turned, she decided to sort of try to interject and sort of put her point across. And it's like, no, listen to him. I always say to people, you need to listen to understand and not listen to respond. Because the moment you listen to respond, you don't sort of hear what the other person is saying. Listen, understand what the person is saying, process it, and then respond with the appropriate answer or with your own opinion of something. And this is why they're struggling. I think you could tell that John wasn't having it. John was trying to remain professional, and in the end he just said, let's call a timeout. And it's important that they gave it a timeout, because she needs to go back and process her own thoughts and her own ideas and actually try and think, what is this man trying to say? Because at the moment, CJ is holding on to the fact that he went to buy a toothbrush. CJ is holding on to the fact that he decided to say, let's stay. And CJ is holding on to the fact that he didn't send her a message. She even brought it up, but he didn't. And John said, no, I said, we're putting a pin in it and we'll come back to it at some point. And so she's going to struggle to sort of have a committed relationship with anyone if she continues to go the way that she's going at the moment. And I know John said they're going to a boys and girls night. That's just going to be another train wreck. I don't think she's in a space where she can learn anything at the moment, CJ. And if she doesn't take this opportunity to learn and grow, even if this relationship with Jesse is not successful, she's going to continue to struggle to sort of find a relationship which is functional enough to give her what she wants. The conversation between James and Sam is very sad, because yes, Sam wants her child to be stable, but at the same time, she needs to understand that in order for this man to stay in New Zealand, he needs to have a work permit. And so if his work permit is held by that school, he cannot just up and leave and just say, okay, I've decided, let's move, let's go. I don't know what she means that he's very stable. He's in primary school. He's very young. Children are adaptable. So if she feels like this relationship is going to work, unless she doesn't see it working long term, besides, they can always do that thing whereby, unless he plays his sport, I think he plays cricket as well, unless he plays cricket every week, they could always do a commuting whereby they see each other, during the weekends, and then, they live wherever they live. He works where he works, and on his off days, he goes to Sam, and Sam, when this child is not in school, she goes to him, because otherwise it's not going to be easy for him to just wake up one morning and say, okay, I'm moving because I'm married. He will need to sort of process his work permit to see if he can move to where she is. And so it was sad to see them cry, but at least they're having open and honest conversations and realistic conversations anyway about their situation. I really hope they work, because we need at least one couple to work. Anyway, the guys go on their guys' night, the girls go on their ladies' night. And Michael was saying, he dresses how he wants when he's going out with the guys, because he doesn't have to sort of contain himself, which is sad, though, that you can't expect someone to change themselves just so they can suit you. I think she should have been very subtle in how she got him to change, because if he had done the same, if he had told her he doesn't like the way she dresses, then she would have felt some type of way, and I don't like that. And so Michael then starts talking about his date with Steph and the exercises they were doing. And poor Piripi, he was really lighthearted about it, but it also made him feel some type of way that, why did she lie to me? Why didn't she tell me the truth? I like the fact that James was like, well, she should have been honest. Yeah, she should have been honest because some of the poses are very sexual. Was she not honest because she felt uncomfortable, or was she not honest because she enjoyed it and she didn't want him to know, or was she worried that he might be upset if he finds out? I think she enjoyed it, and she didn't want to tell him, or she didn't know how he would react to it. That's my opinion. And so it's going to be interesting to see how the conversations continue, because I think they're bringing in a surprise guest in the next episode. So I can't wait to see that. Thanks, guys, for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And click the link in my video to watch my review from episode 10. Bye, guys.